This is a ghost story. Not one you may be familiar with, but it isn't a work of fiction either.
Well, I'm Stephen Heumann. I've left the corn maze, and I'm going to take you on this ghost story. We're here at the Mercer Cemetery outside of Mercer, Utah. It's about 20 minutes south of Tooele along Route 73, and this is a hot spot of paranormal activity. Come with me, we're going to take you on a ghost hunt.
Ghost hunting has grown in popularity over the past few years as cable shows have sprung up showing off the paranormal world to thousands of viewers. Their tactics are simple, and their drive to understand things outside the realm of sight and sound is impressive. Today, myself, along with amateur paranormal investigator Jill Goodwin, and AYL office manager and admitted afterlife aficionado Terry Jensen, have come to the ghost town of Mercer to get a closer look for ourselves at what may lie on the other side.
A lot of times the feeling is real strong, a lot of times it's not. It just encompasses you, type of a feeling, you know, like almost like being watched but not.
Why do you enjoy ghost hunting?
Because it's exciting and it's the fear of the unknown. They have a lot of EVPs. They said that they've heard, actually, it sounds like people walking up behind them. They've heard mining equipment, people that have been here before. They've heard voices, heard people talking on EVPs.
Mercer was founded in the 1860s by miners looking for gold and silver. Originally named Lewiston, the town was renamed after a miner discovered mercury in the area, and mining shifted partially toward retrieving that metal. Over the next 40 years, Mercer rose and fell with an influx of new miners and a few devastating fires, until finally, over the first half of the 20th century, it slowly died. Now there's nothing left but the cemetery, where a surprising number of unmarked graves stand as the only reminder of nearly 100 years of lives lived and lost.
I never even knew this town was here, to be honest with you. And it is exciting, it's scary. I did a little bit of research this morning, and there's a lot of babies that are buried around in this cemetery. And a lot of the miners, obviously.
A lot of rock markers. Only one headstone has actually any writing that we're able to see on it.
All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to try and record some EVPs. It's electronic voice phenomenon. Now, for some reason, you know, we can't hear whether the spirits or whatever it is that's communicating. We can't hear it, but for some reason it can be picked up by recorders. Now, this is a voice-activated recorder, so if anything is being recorded that we're not hearing, then it'll start to go. Now, the key to this is to have everybody be quiet after you ask the question, whatever question you're going to ask, and just make sure that nobody's making any noise, because otherwise they'll get picked up. You want these to be as crisp and clean as possible, so that if you do get something, then you can't say, oh, well, it was Joe was saying something, or, you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and go around and ask some questions. Do you have anything to communicate?
Exploring the outdoors by way of ghost hunting is definitely a unique way of doing it, but it also takes you to places and times you likely wouldn't visit otherwise. Equipment can be as simple as a tape recorder and a flashlight, to as complex as spectral imagers and infrared cameras. Either way, you're bound to have a very different outdoor experience. Plus, this time of year, there is nothing wrong with a few scares here and there.
Jeez, I told you, you don't need that hearing thing, huh?
How come you couldn't hear me? I was walking around.
That was a good yell.
Well, we didn't run into anything paranormal tonight, but we did have a few scares, and that's part of the fun of coming out on a ghost hunt. And it's a very unique and interesting way to explore the West, because you get to learn new things about cemeteries and old towns and our histories. But if you're going to come out and do this at Halloween time, you need to remember to have a great deal of respect for the areas that you're visiting. For example, a lot of these graves are still cared for by their descendants, and so you want to respect that, and you want to respect whatever is out here if you're trying to communicate with it. But it has been a lot of fun, and I suggest you do it. You still have some time before Halloween, so go out and enjoy. I'm Stephen Heumann. Chad and Corby, I'm going to meet you guys back up at the corn maze in just a minute if I can find my way back in the dark and if nothing too paranormal happens. So I'll see you guys in a minute.